for you to pursue education and move on with sports if you are interested to
it's
sports?
extremely difficult.
How difficult?
Very difficult, because you need to combine the academics with the sports, right? And sometimes your colleagues will be in a class and you will be on the field, and the lecturers they don't care.
They don't care.
Yes, you are not considered, you are not exempted. I remember at a point we had a football player in our class. He was playing for, I think, BA Stars at the time.
Okay.
And it was difficult for him. At some point, we were doing his homework and assignment and stuff for him. It was extremely difficult. So if I've seen other athletes who couldn't persuade their passion for the sports because of how our educational system is structured, and I'm an example of that.
Okay, so if you are put in a situation to make changes, how are you going to factor that in for people who are interested in sporting activities or want to pursue any career in sports? How are we going to put this together?
There should be some exemptions. You understand? We should make our laws or our rules and regulations governing the schools shouldn't be rigid like that. There should be some flexibility. You understand? So if you are an athlete, you need to write exams, but the timing, you understand? If you don't come for classes, there should be a provision for such an athlete, because he is doing something to help the school, to help the country at large. You understand?
Yeah.
So there should be some level of privilege for such persons.
Do you think in our curriculum in school we should include something sports? Is it going to help the nation Ghana?
Of course, we had it at first. You know, when I was growing up, we every Fridays we go to school.
That was PE, and
Yeah.
it was just an hour and about 30 minutes or something.
So we need to revamp it. We need to put more effort into it.
How is it going to impact our football here in Ghana?
You see, if you check our records, the footballers who have educational background, right, like going to the SS, to the university, their level of application of stuff, it's higher than those. I'm not saying that those who didn't attend a formal education or their football, but if you compare their lifestyle, everything, the ones who have been in school are much in a better position. They life after sports, you can clearly see the difference. So I think that if we can adopt the US style, that is making sure that we encourage everybody to be in college, so that if we are doing any selection, that is where we are going to pick them from.
A lot of people keep saying that I wanted to be a footballer, I wanted to be in sports, just that my parents didn't allow me, because here in Ghana people think that it has to do with they use this word COBOL or school dropouts, football and this kind of things are for. What advice you have for parents?
I think that now they are changing the
narratives is changing.
It is, because the amount of money that the Michael Listen, the Sule Muntaris, so if you look at somebody like that, driving all this Porsche,
you are not coming in too much
to restrict your children to study only, then you are doing a disservice to your child. So I think that it is changing by itself. It was a worrying situation in the 90s, but now I don't think any parent will prevent,
because of the amount of money we
exactly get. Yes,
sometimes you get the opportunity to travel outside.
Yes, you get the fame, you get the money, you get exposure. So I don't think any parents will be.
Okay, let me ask you this: back then, coast football was the thing, and it seems it's dying off. What is happening to coast football?
It actually died off. I don't know what happened, but it was like, yes, we wanted to copy a certain model which didn't in reality, or
if you say we,
as a country.
Okay.
You understand? And in this case, those who were managing our football, they thought the academy system was the way forward, because players from our academy, because I told you about formal education. Some of these guys get proper education at the academies, but you see, how many academies can you have in a country like Ghana where talents are in abundance? You understand?
You think that we have a lot of talents?
Oh, look, we can export players and rock shooters with
no, but I'll come to that. But the current African Nations Cup we played, we saw the performance of our players, and if you are telling me we have players in abundance, I don't get you.
You see, you can have a player, but you need to develop the player to meet the standard.
And at what points do we have to develop our players?
At a very young age, because you need to, you understand,
through the coast football.
Exactly. So we wanted to do away with it. Medina, I stayed in Medina.
Okay.
I've been in Medina all my life. We used to have coast clubs, and when I played some, but I wasn't too good. So
because football is not your thing, eh?
Yeah, I wasn't too good, but I was a very good striker, but I wasn't too good. So it was like everybody at the time tasted coast football. So if you are good, you be kept in. If you are not, you.
So Listowell, you think we should revamp our coast football? And
I think the current FA president has started it, and I'll commend him for that, because coast football is the backbone of our game. In terms of our, we cannot have the number of academies that we wish to have. You understand? So you just need to run the academy system and the course system, so that you will not leave any talent behind. Mike Listen, all of them, they play the course football.
Okay.
They didn't play any academy. So you cannot say the course is bad. Just we need to develop it. Like I was saying, most of the course clubs is the owner who double as the coaches.
Oh, okay. So is that what is happening now?
Exactly, because you don't have money to pay a professional coach to come and coach.
The CEO of that football team,
yes,
is
normally
is the coach. Is the same, is the coach.
He's the whatever. You understand? Team doctor Mazua. You understand? And that is how our system is.
Do you think we should finance our coach football?
Yes.
Should government push money into it?
Yes, government and the GFA. I say the GFA because I know the amount of money FIFA brings yearly for some of these things. You understand? So I was suggesting that they should train, at least you take 2 or 3 days to train some of these coaches who are owners, right? You gather them, you let them understand the basics, application of techniques and all that. You let your professional instructors to help them, so that when they go, they know that this is what we were taught. We are going to impact it in our players, right? Then they need to supply them with a lot of logistics. Boots,
their jerseys.
Yes, their jerseys and all that. If they are able to do that, it means that though our pitches are not good, but these same pitches
produce people
you understand? So yes, pitches
these days there are a lot of astro tests, so let him know
level. But then I think that we can start from somewhere. I think the coaching is supposed to be the most important thing. So
do you think currently we have a lot of astro tests coming up? You think it is enough to develop our code system?
I'm not into that project,
Okay.
Because
because these are pitches our players are going to play on. Back then, what we call the Sakura parks that we used to have. Now, most of our communities are getting this AstroTurf. I want to find out, do you think that pushing money and developing and getting more AstroTurfs will help?
Like I said, I don't really like our approach, because if you go to Europe, right, those that I would say we are not competing with, we are only catching up. Those that we want to catch up with, they are doing away with the AstroTurf because it has its own, disadvantages, which is not something that we should encourage as a country. Right? I think that we should go with the grass system, with the grass
instead of the artificial grass.
Exactly. And the challenge is that, look, those who play football, it's like, God has given this talent to a less privileged people. If you look at our players and where they are coming from, I'm not in that position to tell you that God has really blessed people who, had it not been football, it would have been very difficult for them, right? And you've constructed this AstroTurf, and you've put a padlock on it, saying that
they pay before they
use.
You
need to pay. So you want to help the poor, right? But you are asking the poor to pay. So at the end of the day, it is the rich man that you are preparing those facilities for.
So people need to pay.
You need to pay
to have access to AstroTurfs.
Yes,
but a lot of them are being built by the government, and
so they will tell you that they need to maintain it. But look, I always say there is a price to pay for every good thing, right?
Yeah.
If we are in a country where we a lot of players travel outside the country, it is a place that the government must invest in. When you go to Brazil, that is how they do it. The government instructed one of their biggest banks to invest money in their league, and whoever transfers player outside the country, the government has its a percentage. You understand? So these are some of the things that we can adapt and implement here with the AstroTurf. Yes, if that is what we want to do, we need to take that thing around it. Just let
government should take care of the amount involved.
Making sure that you renovate it and all that. But then I'm saying that people shouldn't pay to use the AstroTurf because the purpose of it was to help less privileged people to develop their talent. So why are you charging them?
How true is it that coast football, the teams are supposed to contribute or pay some money to the FA, and they need to pay even the referees? Is it true?
I think now they are at first, yes. At my time, I used to pay.
You have to pay the referees.
Yes, the
so both teams will have to contribute.
Yes, and pay the referees. Sometimes you go and hire your own venue, like the AstroTurf.
For instance, Medina AstroTurf.
Yes,
you need to pay both teams, or is it
the home team?
The home team will have to pay for it.
Will have to pay. Yes.
What happens to the referees?
The referees, I learned the current FA is trying to absorb. I need to find out. But at first, they used to pay. You pay for your yellow cards and everything, and like you said,
you pay for yellow cards.
Yes. You pay.
So when a yellow card is awarded to a player, that particular team is supposed to pay. An amount of money.
Yes, you pay.
Is it done elsewhere?
I don't know about that, but maybe it is a way of making sure that you don't produce indisciplined players.
Don't you think that charging people for awarding them with a yellow card and a red card and all these things will influence referees? Charlie, let me give more yellow cards and make some money. Where does that money go to? The referee? Or
no,
it goes
to the association. Mostly there is a district football association who organizes some of these competitions. So it goes to them. But as a referee, you need to be professional.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Your integrity and everything is so. If you are officiating under 12 game and you think that flashing your yellow cards here and there, so that these teams they don't get anything. They don't. You understand? They pay affiliation fees and all that. So the costs that they incur are many.
So you go on.
The FA should make sure that I still maintain people justify that like it is good for the FA to produce boots, jerseys, bibs, football boot to the professional clubs. That's the division 1 and the premier teams. They don't need it. They are professional players. If you are a professional player and you cannot buy boots, you have no business in the profession. If you are a football club, a professional football club, and you cannot buy bibs, and you expect your FA people to buy it for you, I think that you are not serious.
We should do it for the coast football.
Yes, they need it because I don't think any parent, there are still indigenous parents who will not, come and cook, come and help me to cook. We are Ghanaians and we cannot. Our tradition is always tradition. You need to be around pounding fufu and all that. So if a player or if a boy want to sneak and go and play football, it means that he or she cannot go to the parent and ask for money to go and buy football boots.
Because some parents even have some kind of perception, I'm paying school fees and I have to go and buy boots for you.
Exactly. So it is difficult. So I think that the FA must ensure that the coast level, the clubs, they get these basic things. And I think that it will help us. And in the long run, and I think that this FA is struck, though they have their flaws. Majority, though, the 90% is the decisions.
The current administration.
Yes, the decisions that they take. But I think the break in the coast football also affected, the production line. You understand? Because we at some point we stopped playing the coast league. You understand? If you stop playing it, it will be very difficult for the players
and
to develop well.
Affect your main the kind of
yes, you are under 17, you are under 20. Yeah.
Okay, so let's zoom into the FA. We have Keto Kreku, who is currently the FA president. How do you assess him? Rate him 100%. What is his performance so far?
I'll give him 30%.
Keto Kreku.
Oh yes, 30%.
Why?
Because I think that he has wasted a lot of time. He has wasted our time.
On what?
On developing our game.
Okay.
When he was coming, when he came in, we were coming from, a normalization. Normalization. We had an issue. The announce expose, got rid.
It really affected us.
Yes, it got rid of a certain group of people, and our football came to a standstill. We managed to, the normalization, steered affairs for some years. Then they handed over to Keto Kreku. So 4 years, 5 years is enough time for you to benefit whatever seed that you sow. You understand? Since he came, our under 17 hasn't qualified for any major competition.
How do we blame him? Is it not our players? Is it not the coaches?
The point is that, look, you are the leader, and he brought a manifesto, and everything. He said that yes, the under 17s, the under 20s, they need to start winning again. You understand?
Yeah.
And at first, our blasters wasn't giving us that happiness that we deserve. It was the under 17 and under 20. You understand? So you need to make sure, and if you want your national team or your blasters to play and play well, it must start from your U17. So when he came in, there was a competition in Ouagadougou. That was 2019.
Okay.
Right. And the competition was for U15.
That's under
15.
Under 15.
Yes. So the first coach he appointed was Coach Samobodu, who a former Hasfo coach. He was the coach. He went round, and he said that he picked, I think, 280 something managed to get 44 out of this 200 and over 200 and something players. So I was thinking that when you go to Pram Nyantechi, there is a block there named after Nyantechi.
Yeah.
Nyantechi School something. So I was thinking that this U15 team or U15 boys will be placed there, be groomed, and the subsequent years you progress them to the U17, then to the U20, then to the Blasters.
He didn't do that. And at that same time, you go to Senegal. They had a player called Lamine Camara. I think had Senegal progressed to even the semi-finals, he would have been the best young player. He was 20 years old, playing ahead of all the big guys. Sheku Koyate, former captain, Idrissa Gana Gueye, he was playing. Wow.
You understand? So imagine Kurt also ensure that his 44 players, U15 players, were developed and nurtured. Would have gotten our own Lamine Camara. He's one of the hottest youth teenagers in the world of football. You understand? So he missed that opportunity. The tournament didn't come on, and the players, I don't know where they are now. You understand? So from there I realized that no, this is the starting point. If you missed it, that is football for you, and
that is all. It's gone.
Exactly. He missed that point, and I think that has affected. So if you look at what his people are saying, they are saying that they are fixing the fundamentals. You don't spend, or you don't use 5 years to fix fundamentals. No, you fix the fundamentals from the very first day you come to the office. You understand? So I think
maybe he needed time to put things together.
Football, there is no time.
There is no time for
football. I'm telling you, there is no time. Football, there is no time, because at the end of the day, people will be looking at the results. So you need to start something.
It means people are waiting and looking for results.
Exactly.
No complaints.
Yes. So you need to. And he's been in the ecosystem for a very long time. I'm sure he's aware of what Mr. Ben Kofi, what he did in the early 90s to 2000s, which he predicted. It is not like he predicted what that team was going to do. We're going to qualify for the World Cup. The man said it.
But you can predict, but it depends on the coach. It depends on your players. So yes, we can make projections in a lot of things that we do. But then when you make those projections, it depends on the human resource involved, the kind of people you are going to use to help you achieve those projections.
Look, if you plan right, and if you plan and plan well with all sincerity and honesty, definitely you see the results. Look, the man never won any trophy. I think at some point that team didn't even qualify for one of the AFCONs, right? But in launching that 5-year development plan, he said that Ghanaians should be patient with the team. They are going to play the under 17 and under 20. That team will qualify us to the Olympics. That team will qualify us to 2006 World Cup. And the man said it.
He knew the plans he has.
Yes, and it was a 5-year period. And from day one, he pronounced that team was going to qualify us for the World Cup. And indeed, that team qualified us for the World Cup. You understand? That is football for you. You make sure you go around and select the best talent. Make sure you don't leave any talent behind. You understand? And if you don't leave any talent behind, it means that you've selected the very best. And if you get the very best, they are going to compete and compete well. That team has Sule Muntari, Mike Lysian, John Pintel. That's why some of us were very, very, very annoyed when he went to UTV and started
we'll come to that. So you think Kurt is not performing?
No, yes, he missed that opportunity, and it has affected everything in terms of results. He recently got gold in the just ended All African Games. Look, it is a good thing. Winning good is good. But the teams that worries us, or that worry us, we didn't meet any of them.
But how do we blame this on Kurt?
Because
is it because he is the FA president?
Ultimate. He's responsible.
So he takes decisions.
He takes decisions. You understand?
And his decisions can go in favor of Ghana or against Ghana. Is that the case?
And you know, at no circumstances should you get it wrong.
As an FA president.
Yes, you don't need to get it wrong. That is football for you. If you get it wrong, you are out. You understand? But I think he's been getting a lot of things wrong. Maybe he want to change things, and I've seen that they want to change things with the Coast League, for instance. I normally go to number 1 park and watch these kids playing, so I feel happy. You see a lot of people watching them, so I like that. You are bringing, you know, those memories back. I like that. I will not take that away from him, but there is a lot of work and all because he missed the opportunity when the first day he stepped.
What from you being a sports person, a sports journalist, you do a lot of analysis on radio and TV. Now, what is the current of our national team?
You mean the Blasters?
Yes. Okay. From where you sit as a sports journalist, what is the future, or what do you see? Is there any future for our national team, the Blasters?
No, not at all.
No future?
No future.
Why?
Because we are failing to do what makes a national team great. We are failing to do it.
And what is that?
I might, you know, hurt some people, but it is what it is. You understand? The point is that we need to get rid of certain players
in the Blasters.
Yes,
like
the captain,
Dede.
Yes.
Why? Dede plays very well.
He doesn't play very well
now.
Yes, he's past. It's been 2 years.
No, I don't get you.
It's been 2 years.
Dede is loved by a lot of people here in Ghana.
That is the problem. That is why we are having problems in a lot of our sectors.
You think Dede is not
yes, we love you, you know, we cannot say certain things in your face.
Your father is a Pele.
Even I will not even talk about his father. You know, we are, you know, we love you, you serve us well. But you see, at certain point in time, we need to take decision. We need to make decision. Do you think ACN and Co were happy that they were left out at some point? Me, if since I'm a radio person, do you think I'll be happy to say, oh, I want to go for retirement? No, because it is something that I've loved all my life. So for me, I will always want to be behind the microphone, right?
But you cannot be behind the microphone forever.
Yes, so somebody will take the decision.
So you think that decisions of certain people had to cause some of our players to go on retirement,
and rightly so. And let me give you an example. Look,
like
in 2010, right? We had about 4 or 5 senior players. Olele,
yeah.
We had Asamoah Gyan.
Yeah.
We had.
I think ACN
came. He played only about 30 minutes or so. He didn't. Yes.
Yeah.
And at that time, the day he was hot. They had won the under 20 World Cup.
I remember when they were coming to Ghana after they won that
he was hot.
Yeah.
And we had a coach who took a bold decision. At that point, we had Derek Boateng. Derek Boateng is one of the finest midfielders. One of the finest midfielders we've produced as a country.
Wow.
But he was left out. Michael Essien and Co. 2010, right? Is it not 2010 that Inter won their treble?
Yeah.
He was left out. Even when we went to the World Cup, he was on the bench at some part. I remember one match we had Apia, John Mensah, Derek Boateng, Sule on the bench, and they didn't go were playing. Do you know why? Because look, the coach realized that it is time for these guys to play, and we nearly got there. You understand? So let me go back with the AFCON, we had about 5 under 20 players, no even more than that. Ajima Bedu, Jonathan Mensah. Like, the coach was so bold that, look, he said that let me give these guys the opportunity to play. And before we realized, we were at the finals.
Wow.
ACN never played finals for Ghana before, though he was part of it, but he didn't play. He played the first 30 minutes, got injury, and flew and went back to England. ACN never played AFCON final.
Okay.
Before, you understand? But we have players, you know. I don't
So you've mentioned Dede. We should
Yes.
take Dede out.
Yes.
Who else?
His brother.
Jordan.
Yes.
Oh,
I think
but
that,
Jordan
we need
scored
to-
for us. So
We need to thank them for their services.
we should let them go
Yes.
from the national team.
Yes. Somebody like Pate.
Don't you think we retire people early in this country?
That is what national team is about.
National team is
Yes.
about retiring people when
Yes,
they have not.
retire players. Let them live, especially when you have a very talented young pool. Get rid of them. Give the opportunity to the young guys to express themselves.
So we should take Dede out,
His brother
Jordan out,
Amate, Pate,
Pate,
Richard Ofori,
Richard Ofori,
Dennis Odoi, who again? We had the list. I think about,
bring who is coming?
you see,
Do we have?
we have young talented players. Recently, our under 20 won the gold, right? We're all happy.
Yeah.
We are happy that so at least 2 or 3 should be part of the national team, should be part of the Blasters.
Okay.
You understand? Because at the time that Dede was given opportunity at the World Cup, I'm not sure in terms of talent Dede comes in a near Sule and
Sule was supposed to be the captain.
Sule and Apia,
Yeah.
but he was given the start,
Yeah.
and Sule only got opportunity to play because Dede was suspended
Okay.
against Uruguay.
Okay.
So if we took that decision then, what is preventing us from taking that decision now? You understand?
Yeah.
And look, I'll continue to say this. After the World Cup, 2022 World Cup,
Yeah.
I made a tweet, said, oh, look, we should thank him.
And
For-
say goodbye to
Exactly.
Dede and Jordan.
Yes, because if we leave the decision to him alone, he will not retire. As a matter, for instance, in 2019, people forget. In 2019, I had same people were insulting me here, and I said, look, Kwesi Appiah wanted to do it, but he wasn't. He couldn't, stand on his ground, because he wanted to take.
There were lots of manipulations
and the president had to come in. How do you involve presidents in player?
Because I understand that per regulations and the law, the government is not supposed to interfere with our football and
yeah, they can't interfere, but they can intervene.
No, I don't get this one.
Oh, if there is a confusion between two people, the government can bring, because you can't.
They can only intervene.
Yes, intervene.
They can't interfere.
Yes, and intervention is is allowed. So Kwesi Appiah wanted to take Asamoah out, and I was in support of it.
Okay.
You understand? And since that time, 2019, Asamoah didn't play any better football, so he retired recently. You understand? So the coach was right then, but we are Ghanaians, and we have this common I know this one know this, we are we know ourselves and all that, so we cannot detach ourselves from that emotional thing. Our affection is too much.
So you think we should take out some of our players and get new ones in? Recently there was this announcement that Coach Otto Addo is coming back. Aren't you happy?
No, I'm not happy. You see, we cannot be happy until we start winning.
Let's give him the chance.
No, it's not about giving him a chance. National team, it's not about we are giving you chance.
It's not try.
No. National team, it's not like that. Look, you do rebuilding, right? Everybody agrees that at some point you need to rebuild your team. But if you are rebuilding, Germany will not do rebuilding and will lose to Moldova.
So we don't need Unauthorized in this our current state.
I think that he's been appointed. The appointing authority thinks that he is the right man for the job. So he needs to what? To prove us right.
So you agree with that?
He needs to prove them right and prove us wrong.
Okay.
Right? Because me, I don't believe in him. I saw, in our last 2 games that we played, I saw some positives. So I thought we were going to build on it.
Okay.
Against Uganda, there were, a lot of, things that, a lot of things happened and I wasn't happy. You understand? You had a 19-year-old guy, Ibrahim Osman, who had signed for, I think, Brighton and Hove Albion. Yeah. He's coming to the Premier League at the end of the season. The day you got more minutes than that boy. So if you are saying you are doing rebuilding, right? The day was all those guys were part of the team that failed to qualify.
Okay.
And look, before it was first and second.
Okay.
This time, even if you finish third, you are likely to progress. Ivory Coast won by finishing what? Third best placed team.
Yeah.
You understand? Before, they would have been out. By now, you just need to win 1 game. In our last 2 AFCONs, Ghana, we didn't win any game. And we met countries like Gabon, Comoros, Madagascar, Mozambique. I'm telling you, the people here, if we train for 1 week, Mozambique can never beat us. Oh yes, Mozambique can never beat us. But we allow some of these mushroom countries to inflict such pain on us. It is unacceptable. Nobody is happy. So these guys who are part of that mess, what is their motivation? You will see them maybe clapping, moving here and there, but the intrinsic motivation is not there.
There is no motivation.
There is no motivation for them.
Unauthorized is not good for us at this moment, right? Is that what you're saying?
I can only say that until I see some games.
He's been in this position before, and so what is new?
He is not a top coach
for Ghana Blasters.
He's not a top coach.
We want to revamp the Ghana Blasters, and you think Unauthorized is not the right person to do that for us?
You see, if I was a one appointing a coach, I wouldn't have even considered him.
Okay,
right? But now they've appointed him. So what I'm saying is that he needs to take bold decisions. He's been in Germany all his life. When Germany was going to the Brazil World Cup 2014,
okay,
they could have included Ballack. If it were to be Ghana, would have included Ballack, though he was nursing an injury, but he would have recovered in the course of the of the competition. Okay. They dropped him.
John Mensah is the assistant coach. Are you happy?
No, I'm not happy. Not because he doesn't qualify, but because of what happened.
Is it because of certain statements he made?
Yeah, it's like, he was the only one who, in the midst of, people bashing the FA here and there, he was the only person who sat on a public platform to defend them.
I sometimes I disagree with, because everybody is entitled to his or her own opinion. So he expressed his opinion.
No, you don't need to express your opinion when there is clear evidence of incompetence, mismanagement and stuff. You don't need to do that. You understand? It means that you are part of the problem. If you see a raper and you say that, oh no, maybe it was the girl who, it means that you are part of the problem. You understand? So at that moment, he expressed his opinion and became a problem.
Because some of you sports journalists put together a demonstration. and you don't expect the whole country or everyone to support your demonstration. Some may have different opinion about certain things, and we should have accepted his opinion just like that.
It was needless. You understand? It was needless. Like I said,
he doesn't have the right to express his opinion.
He has the right. Like I said, you have the right to express your opinion, but your opinion shouldn't be nonsense. Excuse my language. Your opinion shouldn't be nonsense. You understand? It's supposed to make sense. Because
you think he was not making
sense? Was not making sense, and he knows it. You understand? He knows it. He's been around for a very long time. Is that how our national team? Is that how our national team was when he was with them, when he was playing the World Cup quarterfinals?
So do you think that statement he made influenced his appointment?
Oh, definitely. I have no doubt about that.
Yes. And there is an allegation because I don't think.
No, we are combining the dots. Yeah.
And it arrives that that statement.
What he did.
It means he was in the background lobbying. Is that the case?
Something like that. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe he will call the FA president. Oh, don't mind these people.
I've been invited. I'm going.
I'm going. Yeah, don't worry. I will blast them. Something like that. So I think yes, if you take decisions based on some of these things, it means that you are not taking the right decision, and at the end of the day, to come back to what.
But John Pinsel is a very good player. Otuado is good. These two combination, don't you think it can work for our football?
They have the chance now.
Okay.
We don't have. I think majority of Ghanaians don't have that belief in them. So they need to prove. They need to prove to us that they can do the job. But with their last two matches, maybe you might say it is too early. But their last two games, especially against Uganda, I was very, very, very annoyed. We should have won that game. But we threw the game away, and at the national team level, we don't need to do that. Like I was saying, the whole of 2024, we've not won a game. And then in our last 10 games, we've won one.
Wow.
And in the space of that, we've played teams like Madagascar, Mozambique, Uganda, and the like. So if you cannot beat such countries, then it is a problem.
Okay, so we'll give them the chance. So let's look at the just ended All African Games. Organization wise, how do you see it? What was it up to standard, your expectation?
Well, I think that they improved at some point. I think we weren't ready
for.
Yes, we weren't ready when we started. We weren't. So because it's it took a number of days. We were able to fix certain things. And look, I always say that our sports journalists in this country are extremely fantastic. They are so good.
They did so well.
They did so well. Look, they kept these leaders on their toes.
Yeah.
They were criticizing them, calling them out. And this is what we need to do. We need to do it more. The politics side, the journalists there, they should be doing that. It's supposed to be a uniform thing. You understand? You call these leaders out, and they will do the right things. And indeed, they did the right things. At some point, I think everything was smooth. I quiz. What was the rationale behind the pricing? You understand? You are in a country where a lot of things. People are going through stuff. You understand? Then you charge. You want to charge for when somebody is going to watch volleyball. You want to charge that person? No. You understand?
Because volleyball, when it comes to volleyball, patronage is low.
You understand?
So at least a free gate for people to also have that kind of interest for volley. So that
and at some point, when we made this pronouncement, they listened, and at some point, it was free, and you saw the patronage. It's good. When I come and I experience the stadium atmosphere, watching the games behind your screens is different from being at the venue, right? So when I go to the venue and I realize that quite the experience, you see the baby girls around and you want to come all the time. You understand?
Yeah.
So these are some of the things that you need to do to let people get a feel of it. That's why, these food vendors, the big restaurants, the very first day they will ask everybody to come and
free food.
It is not, they are not,
when they get used to your food and it's nice,
they are not
now
foolish,
they don't even mind how much you are charging them.
Exactly. So we need to do some of these things. So at some point I was happy. So when I saw the comparison between the opening ceremony, the performances, and I was
the
like,
Shatta thing and the Stone Boy.
At Shatta's time, they were charging 500 cedis, 200 cedis, 50 cedis. You understand? At that time, right? But during the closing ceremony, and at that time too, we had won the gold in both male and female soccer teams. We had won some medals, so the excitement was there, the vibe was there. So obviously, the closing ceremony was always going to be colorful. But it's one of those things. Yes. So I think that organization wise, the beginning wasn't too good.
Okay. I saw the podium and I realized,
you understand, the
A4 paper,
A4 paper and all that. But they improved.
Yes, when the media came in.
Yes, they improved, and that is what it's about. As a leader, sometimes some of these things will escape you. So if the media draw your attention, you quickly you don't take offense. Sometimes speak the positives. You don't pay anybody to speak the positives. No.
Okay, there is a lot of allegations about sports journalists here in Ghana. I don't know. I understand, and there is some rumors around that some of you people are being paid by the FA to do some jobs for them. So sometimes when they go wrong and other things, you are unable to say it. You defend them. Is that the case?
Look, we have PR and journalism, right? So PR is paid for. You understand? You need to pay
PR. You need to pay someone to speak for you.
Yes, and you have your duty to be a journalist, to practice your journalism, and you need to make sure the ethics, everything is intact. So as a journalist, right? At what point are you going to behave like a PR person? And at what point? That is where we miss the point as industry people. Okay. You understand? So you need to make sure you separate the two.
Have you been influenced before?
Like how? Like explain, because
have anyone
giving you money?
When you go on radio, speak for me, this matter. I know Listowell. So have you been influenced before?
No, never.
Have you taken any money before?
Any money how?
From any person, like the top people in our football administration, that you are so hard, so take this when you go, please speak for you. No. Have you heard that people pay?
Oh yes. There are people who they are not. Like I said, it is not a bad thing, but it will become bad when you are using your PR to you are mixing it with your journalism.
So if you are doing journalism, it has to be.
You don't need to get you don't need to take money from anybody to speak for the person. No. Okay, you don't do that. You understand? So for me. I mean, I don't have any godfather who.
Oh, so it means some sports journalists have godfathers.
Oh yeah, you need to have your chairman. That one. Yeah.
I don't get most of them.
Oh yes, we have corrupt journalists in the country.
Sports journalists.
Oh yes, some are corrupt, and we have a very, very good genuine.
Hold on. So they have godfathers up there.
Oh yes, your chairman. Normally we call it chairman.
Oh okay,
you
chairman.
Understand? So chairman, me ban school fees no. Chairman, me rent and also.
So pay for my rent and other stuff.
So the moment the person gives you money, automatically, when it does wrong, it will be very difficult for you to So we have people like that.
And is it helping our football?
I think, but those who are, making sure that they are practicing their agenda, they are powerful. One thing is that those who are, making sure that they will be forthright, truthful, work with integrity and all that, they are very powerful, and there are many too.
Okay,
you understand? So I would not say that those people are getting the advantage. No, I will not say that. Yes, I think those with integrity are doing a very great job, and they are putting.
There are some people with integrity that you can't.
Yes, that one I can vouch for them.
Okay.
Yes,
you can mention names. Those with integrity.
Oh, like if you want me to mention them,
let's go. Let's go. I know you are bold, so let's go.
So, I'll start with Daniel Cranton.
Hold on. So these are journalists, sports journalists who are not corrupt. Who you can't even influence.
Who are practicing journalism. Okay. Let me say, who are doing their work.
Oh, but some are not practicing journalism. You think that some are not practicing journalism?
That's what I'm saying, that they are doing PR and calling themselves journalists or calling it journalism. You understand? So if you do that, it is corruption. And people might think that maybe the word corruption means going to take money alone. You understand? When you are not being truthful and all that.
Okay, so let me hear you out. Your list.
Daniel Cranton.
Daniel Cranton. Where does he work?
Yeah, he was with City now. Joy.
Okay.
Fentio Tahiru.
Tahiru. Where does he work?
He's also with Joy.
Joy. Okay.
Okay.
Hey, we have we have three. Eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
My boss. My boss, Sadiq Obama.
Sadiq Obama.
And the people I work with. Angel, yes, all of them.
Sadiq Obama.
Yes. When you go to Kumasi today, the people I work with, I think I've monitored all of them. And I think
is that all?
No, there are many.
I mentioned.
Achu. I've mentioned Achu.
Okay.
Who again? I think I'm on the spot. So Gary too, and when you go to Kumasi,
okay.
I have
Kankambwedu.
Yes, Bright. He's part of ABN. So I said all the ABN people, we are forthright. So, yes.
So is that your list?
Then let me mention Kineben.
Yeah,
Kineben. Yeah. Edelson and Dela. Yeah, these are guys that I've monitored.
You think they are doing so well?
I've monitored them for a very long time, and I think that. Then Eric Esedubodi, he's also
okay.
Yeah.
What is happening at Kumasi Asante Kotoko? What is happening? There is a lot of news around Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
You want me to go into my club? You want us to go into it?
Yes, I've heard you talk about them, and it seems you are a top person when it comes to Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
I'm not a top person. Let me say I'm just a fan.
You support?
Yeah, I support Kotoko.
Okay.
And just yesterday they deducted the Fabu census. I transferred money onto my SIM card, and I wanted to use it to pay for something, and they've deducted. So I'm a Kotoko fan. I have my number. I pay my dues and all that. I think that the owner of the club, or let me say the institution, Mensah, over the years, the last 25 years, hasn't been they've not been. I don't want to use, you are talking to people like that, so I don't want to use certain words that will be misconstrued. But I think that they've not done enough to uplift the image of the club to the standard of the kingdom.
That's the owners of the club.
Yes. And because of that, certain unscrupulous people have taken advantage of the situation, being it journalists, being it some of the supporters, being it some of the players, some people, even the former players, are legends and all that. I can say that
you might let him break it down.
Is the biggest political party in the country. Biggest political party in the country. Yes.
No, Kotoko.
I'm telling you.
No, but Kotoko is not registered as a political party.
Yes.
It's registered as a football club.
Yeah.
So how, I don't get you. Why are you saying it's the biggest political party?
The politics is too much because
within the club.
Yes, within the club.
Is it management level?
Every level.
The playing level or what?
Every level. From those who make decisions for the club at the top, like I said, the institution. Okay. Right, whoever makes those decisions, because when the king was addressing the team some months back, he mentioned that a certain man and some few people have told him, the coach, that he should call to come and run the club. So if the person who is informing the king is doing so based on his personal interest, what will happen?
Do you think that is his personal interest?
Like the people who advise the king to appoint the coach. You understand? So it is a very toxic club that, look, like, I don't know how to describe it. So we've been going on a circus for the past almost 20 years. Let me start from Herbert Mensah.
Yeah. When Herbert was a chairman.
Yes, everybody knows this. When Herbert came in, even Kotoko wasn't able to raise a team to go and play a league game.
Okay.
You understand? He came in, started, and you see, football, like I said, the very first day you come in, you need to start.
When you come in, you need to start.
And
no complaints.
You need to start, and you need to start on the good foot. So what did Herbert do? He started to change the image, the brand image, because the brand can only be attractive when you change the image to meet certain standards, right? So he started doing that. At some point, we have some people, and they have some media people who, at some point, it was Yamua Ponko and Co. They were doing this agenda, So at some point, he has stolen our money. When Kotoko plays games at Babayara, he packs the money and put them at the back of his car boots and all that. They will make noise in the media space, and some of the supporters, it will get to their heads, and they will start, when you lose games, they will start making those pronouncements, insulting and all that. Herbert left. Then it was like that, changing and chopping and all that, right? Then Dr. Kike Sapon came in.
Okay.
We thought that, okay, Dr. Sapon was our last stop, because look, the vision, everything, he communicated well. He showed us he was winning on the field. He was bringing all the sponsorship, everything. Yet there were some unscrupulous people, and they normally use some of the media guys. They'll be insulting you, calling you names, and look, the institution, Mensah, will not intervene, because look, I cannot come here and your cameraman will be insulting me and you'll be keeping quiet.
No. Because you are my guest here. So
you understand?
Yeah.
You call somebody to come and run your club for you, and you hear people making all sorts of wild allegations, needless, unfounded. Then they will be keeping quiet. Before you realize,
do you think the technical director of the club is doing enough?
Kwesi Appiah,
yeah.
He's working with Sudan, so coaching is a big business. That's what I'm saying. Our club, we are not serious. We might go to relegation.
Kotoko is not serious.
Yes, we might go to relegation, because you see, we've gotten opportunity to behave a certain way which is affecting the club every time. You understand? Every time. Do you know what? The whole world, Kotoko is the only football club that has his coach as part of management. So he reports to himself. You understand? He reports to himself. Where is this done? A big club like Kotoko, the image. You understand? Yeah. So the politics, the reason why our club is where it is now.
And if care is not taken,
we might go, because look, the league standings now, we are closer. We are only 6 points ahead of the drop zone. Right? We are yet. We will be playing Bichim in a coming week. In a coming weekend. I think tomorrow, Sunday.
Okay.
We are yet to play Midiama at Takwa. We are yet to go to Tamale. Since RTU returned to the league, we've not beaten them at Tamale.
Okay.
You understand? We don't even get a draw. You understand? We are yet to go to Dau. We are yet to go to Brekum. These are 5 venues. How many points? And the way we are playing, look, I don't see how we are going to turn things around. We allow the coach. See, the coach who came in, the reason why there is a very divided front now is because the coach resigned. And there were some media guys who took advantage and made a lot of allegations. The coach resigned. Some even said he was sacked, though he was resigned.
Okay.
Some said he was sacked. Right? The coach left. Never told us the reason why he left. Then, after 1 year, he came back to the team. And before he arrived, he had, told the administrative manager to tell certain players, the players who helped you to win the league. They helped you to win your first league in your career. I don't know how many years he's been coaching. Your first time in your career. You sack these players not based on footballing reasons, because I know one player that went for trials and the coach took offense because he thinks that the player didn't inform him. Do
you think Kotoko is missing former CEO Nana Yawamponsa? Do you think we miss him?
No, we've not missed him. Yes, we didn't deserve him in the first place.
Oh,
we didn't deserve him in the first place.
That's too hard, eh?
We didn't deserve. Yes, we didn't deserve him in the first place. We've not missed him because this is where we want to be. We want to be on the grounds. We want to be a laughing stock. You understand?
I get you.
We want to be a laughing stock. So let's continue to be, because since KK is upon, at some point, some management came and they couldn't even write a simple letter. They couldn't even write. So it's like we are okay. We're driving our team bus, wasn't even insured. You understand? Even our team bus now, there are policies that you can even insure your phones and stuff.
Yeah.
Our bus, a club like Kotoko, we couldn't even insure our bus.
Hey, so that is illegal. That is illegal.
We had an accident with it, and as we speak, we are yet to compensate the players.
It means that there was no insurance cover.
Yes, and somebody asked them to use it.
The bus was involved in an accident.
Yes.
Then someone who is supposed to be held responsible for
exactly. But because it is Kotoko, people will not talk about it because it is Kotoko. You understand? So I'm telling you that is where we want to be. So bringing Nanayao, I think that he has learned a lot of lessons, but it was a waste of time.
Okay.
It was a waste of time because everything that he started, we've erode all of it.
Okay, let me ask you this. What is the way forward for Kumasi Asante Kotoko?
The way forward.
The way forward.
Well, we need to change our model. The
way the club is being run.
Yes.
We should separate Kotoko from Mensah. Is that the case?
Of course, yes. We need to do that. There should be.
How is that possible?
There should be when you go to Saudi Arabia, they have the PIF, something like that. Yes, they have a PIF, something investments. They've created a company that is in charge of their football clubs, right? So let's create such, let's register such company. That company, Mensah, invest about maybe $2 million. Put a $2 million seed into that company. Then call for an investors to come on board. Maybe investor, bring 10 million in, build infrastructure, build this, buy quality players, appoint your board, get proper management, and let them run the club. The club lacks money, right? The club lacks proper investment. Paying players salary.
But Kotoko has money.
We have money, yes. Yatikoko also. You understand? Yes, our king is great. You understand? We have a great king. So maybe that's what I'm saying. That
should we sign juvenile players?
Juvenile players, like Kotoko signing.
Like grooming them, because you think that most of our clubs should start grooming people. In terms of grooming juvenile players, and then gradually we graduate them onto the mainstream.
Yes, so I suggested that, look, the FA should let all the clubs, the professional clubs, to have U17 and U21.
All the FA clubs,
all the professional clubs. So if Kotoko is going to play Bichim, the U15 or the U17 will play in the morning, right? They will play in the morning. Then the U21 will play after the U17. They will also play. Then in the evening, the senior team will also play. What this will do is that this will, broad the scope. Right, you have a lot of players, because if 18 clubs, they have U21 and U17, all of them. Imagine the talent, the number of talent that you get. So I like that, and we're doing it before. We're doing it before, so they should do that and make sure they will remove that regulation clause that says you cannot promote academy player to your senior team after registration is closed. You don't do that. You can adopt the England style, where in the course of the season, if there is a talented player who has distinguished himself, you can immediately promote that player to your main team.
Listen, very soon my next guest will be ready, but then let me ask you this: what is the way forward for our women football? What is the way forward?
I think they are in a better place. They are in a better place. What they need is investment.
We need investment for our women football.
Yes, because we are experiencing player exodus there too. You understand? So if we are saying that our league, some of our problems that we are having in our Premier League is player exodus, then very soon we also have problems with our women's league, because of the level of the number of players who leave the league every season. And I say that on the basis that when the CAF Champions League, when CAF started playing Women's Champions League, Hazakes ladies participated, right? And they went to the final. The following season, they couldn't win the league or the FA Cup to go again and get over the hurdle, right? Because they are going to the final. So going there again means that they are going to win it, because they had no money. They had to sell almost all the players. So the following season, they couldn't get a strong team to play the league, win the league, and go again. So another team went, right? And we couldn't win it. So I think that they need investment so that they can keep some of their best players. Yes, I'm not saying that you cannot sell your players, but selling 5.
So there is future for our women football.
Yes, the future is bright, especially the.
What do you make of Madam Gifty Oware Abuaje? He doesn't help the women football.
I think he made some pronouncement and it wasn't proper. Let me tell her, she's there to project the interest of all women in football.
Okay.
So at no point should you say the Blasters, is the Blasters, so they deserve certain things. And
so don't you think that we invest a lot into our Blasters more than our Black Queens?
Because you have Gifty Oware who say that the Blasters is the Blasters, so they deserve everything that they get because we cannot compare them. It does, you don't speak like that because he is there to push the agenda of all women in football. So she should make sure that she will get all this in place and make sure that when she is speaking, she will speak in favor of, because they are how many? 12.
Yeah, 12.
You are the only female. So if you don't push harder, you always have issues. You understand? So what happened to her? Proud to our game against Zambia. I think she will learn some lessons from it.
Okay. Yeah. Listowell, thank you so much for joining me today, and I'm so excited that you were my first guest